Welcome back to Anything German Shepherd. If you're new to owning a dog, you might be curious to know if you can catch a stomach virus from your new friend. To many people's surprise, there are a few illnesses and digestive conditions that you can potentially catch from your dog. Bearing this in mind, whether your dog appears to be ill or not, it's important to make yourself aware of these conditions, as this will allow you to take proper precautions and recognize the symptoms to look out for. As a general rule, you should always try to follow proper hygiene practices around your pup, as this will minimize the risk of catching an illness from them. A lot of this comes down to common sense and involves things like regularly washing your hands after coming into contact with your dog, not letting them lick your face as there's harmful bacteria in their saliva, and being mindful of them drinking stagnant water when you're out on walks. With this in mind, some of the conditions that you can catch from your dog include Salmonella and intestinal worms. You might automatically associate the Salmonella bacteria with foods like raw chicken, but Salmonella is often carried within the body of dogs, and as a result, you can pick up Salmonella from your furry friend in a variety of ways. It can be present in their saliva, feces, and even on their bowels and bedding. If you catch a Salmonella infection, it can cause symptoms such as fever, diarrhea, cramps, and general sickness. So to avoid this, never let them lick your face. Intestinal worms, on the other hand, is the easiest condition that can be passed from your dog to you. Intestinal worms of this type shed eggs in large quantities through the feces of the dog, which in turn can go on to infect the soil of your garden and other areas where your dog goes to the bathroom. Always dispose of your dog's stools promptly to prevent contaminating the soil and wash your hands thoroughly afterwards. And on top of this, there are other parasitic infections that are contracted through drinking contaminated water, like muddy puddles. It's therefore super important to prevent your dog from drinking stagnant water, since some of these conditions can potentially be passed on to you. When caring for your dog, you always need to be taking precautions to avoid coming into contact with these nasty conditions. And while some conditions are more serious than others, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's much easier to follow preventative measures than to deal with the fallout if you catch one of these conditions from your canine. Until further research is carried out, try to follow preventative measures and hygiene protocols to reduce the risk of developing conditions that can be caught from your canine companions. Thank you for joining us today. Please feel free to subscribe to our channel and newsletter, and don't forget to hit the like button. Until next time.